I was like, let me finish and eat before.
Hi guys, Karen here with another video. And Maya is begrudgingly here because I don't cut up chicken very often. But today I'm making a chicken broth, and I generally just save the broth for other things, and then I just put the chicken away for a later date for serving and that sort of thing. Our house, there are lots of different things that people eat here. We have vegans, vegetarians, and chicken and fish. Yeah, huh?
I said, and the occasional chicken and fish eater.
Yeah, and the occasional chicken and fish eater. And so,
I've never made a fish broth.
So today I'm breaking down this chicken, and Maya wanted to hang out because she doesn't like to. It's a skill that, you know, I think people should know. And I always tell them if they're gonna eat, if they ever chose to eat chicken or cook for someone, right? She's talking to me. Go ahead and cut it up yourself. It's so much easier, and yeah. So let's get into it because I know you're tired of looking at this chicken. So anyway, let's get into it. First up. No. So first, before I wash the chicken, and by wash, I mean, I don't mean soap and water. I mean that well, I'll show you. So, but first, I like to cut it down the middle. Hold on a second. So the first things first, I'm going to cut it down the center, all the way down. I think these are the breast here. No. Yes. No. I'm not sure. Anyway, I just cut it down the center here so that it can open up flat. So I'll show you what that looks like once I've cut it down, because I don't want it to come outside the bowl, because this is my space where I'm going to disinfect afterwards. Yeah, thank you, Maya. This is my sterile environment here inside this bowl. So I want to keep everything in this bowl. So I'm going to show you what it looks like after I cut it. So this is what it looks like after you cut it down the center. Once again, it's my sterile environment, so I'm not going to put my hands in it. But these were the breast on the side, so I was right, and I just cut it straight down. And it's going to go in my soup pot. That's why it's going to be flat, and I wanted the whole thing to fit. And before I cook with it, what I mean by washing is I'm going to take some salt here, and I put it through. And I know it's a lot of salt, and then I'm going to slice up lots of lemons and limes and put it inside. Oh, sorry, you saw the compost bowl. Okay, guys, so as you can see, I've added the lemon, the lime, the salt, and I let it sit in here so they can draw out. This is a version of washing. You just let it soak, and once it's done, probably about 30 minutes, I kind of go in with my hand and kind of go through the chicken itself using the lemons and limes, and then discard all of the liquid once I'm done. And then I'll season it. So I'll show you guys from there, but it's going to sit for about 30 minutes. So to this, it's 30 minutes. Now I'm just going to take my hand and kind of rub it down with the limes and the lemons. And then I'm going to, and then once I'm done with that, I will drain the liquid into the sink, dispose of the lemon and lime, and then disinfect my sink. And then I'll show you my next process. Okay, so I'm using my 7.5 quart soup pot to make the broth. And with that, I have some thyme here, some cilantro, I have some cumin, bay leaf, smoked paprika. I have my veggies here, peppers, onions, celery, garlic, hotter peppers, salt, And I'm just going to add all of this to here and fill it up. And then what I do with this one, I don't do this on the stove. I put it into the oven and let it cook for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, somewhere around there. And it doesn't take, I mean, I set it at 350 degrees. And this part is fairly easy. When I do the garlic, I just cut the top part off. So I'm not going to break it all up or anything like that. Just cut the top off. And for the most part, just do the same thing for all of the rest of the vegetables. They go in pretty much whole. For instance, I just put that in. And I'll probably cut the top off of this one though. But other than that, really simple. I'll show you what it looks like before I add water. This is what it looks like prior to me adding water to it. And so it has salt, pepper, smoked paprika, bay leaves, the garlic, onion, peppers, cilantro, thyme, everything. And I try to leave it as whole as possible, the veggies. Now I'm just going to add water and I'm going to let it cook at 350 degrees for 2.5 hours. And I'm going to fill it up as high as I can. Well, not so it's spilling over, but probably to right here. That way I can get as much broth as possible. Okay, so this is the chicken broth completed. And I have a couple of things that I do with all of the contents in the pot. So I'll show you guys that now, how I break it all down. So first off, I have my handy dandy ladle here. And I have 2 mason jars that I'm going to use. And I'm going to start to extract the chicken broth from here and put it into these jars first. This is the first thing that I do. So I will show you what that looks like, that part when I'm done. Actually, I kind of figured out how I can ladle and video at the same time. So not a problem. Here's the jar here. I'm just filling it up. And I have several jars. And I'm going to try and fill them all up. I try to get as much from each. At any time I make a broth, I try to use everything in the pot so that I'm not, so that I don't have any kind of waste. So I try to use everything I can. So I'm going to show you how I break everything down. At least I try to break as much down as I can. And oh, that's enough. So I have to get some more jars. The next thing that I do in order to make sure I'm using as much of this that I possibly can, I have a jar here, and these excess vegetables that are nice and chunky, all I do is extract them and place them into the jar, and I'm going to use them as a soup base this week. So whatever soup I'm making, this is going to be the base for it. And it's hot. And that way, you know, everything gets used. But if you do this, be mindful you need to use it within the next 2 to 3 days. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done, because I'm making a mess over here. And this is the soup base for the upcoming soup this week. So it has all of the cooked veggies in there. And all you have to do when you add it to your soup base is just blend it up in your food processor or blender and add it to your soup. And it's already seasoned and everything. These are all the veggies, the garlic, celery, onion, peppers, all of that's in there. Cilantro, thyme, yeah. So this is the next thing that I do. So I take the broth, then I have a soup base, and then I'm going to show you what I do with this. Next up is the actual chicken itself. So because, you know, I only use it when I have one of our adult children come over who actually eats chicken, I like to have it on hand ready to go. And so what I do to make sure that I always have some, whether that's to make a chicken salad for her, or any friends that they bring with them, I have my handy dandy Ziploc bags here. And then what I do is I'm going to break this all apart. So I'm going to start on that. As you can see, the heat's coming from it. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. As I, maybe if the hoster holds the camera for me. Let me see, maybe I could do that. But I'm going to break this all apart, and then it's probably easier if I just break it apart and then show you guys. So the next time you see this, it'll be all pulled apart. As you can see here, and I added the parchment paper in order to keep it from getting super messy. So this is all of the chicken here, and I separated into however many bags. So this looks like it might be about 4 separate bags that can be used for soups. It can be used for taco night. It can be used for almost anything that you like, and you already have it on hand. And then over here, remember, no waste. Nothing goes to waste around here. At least I try to limit as much as I can. If I, have to, make a chicken or whatnot, I try to make one at least once a month so I have it on hand. These are all of the bones. And you can say, and you'll probably see like there's still, meat on the bone, but we'll use this for a secondary broth. And then all of that will be cooked off of it. And, you can add your same vegetables and things to that. And all I do is put this in a freezer bag. This will probably be 2 freezer bags worth of, for our next broth. And, and we still have a little bit of liquid left. And so I'm going to find a little container for that. And I'll show you everything we pulled from the chicken. I'll show you everything once I'm done. Okay guys, so this is the final product. So we have the broth here from the chicken. We have our soup base. That's all the vegetables that were used to help make the broth. Garlic, onion, pepper, celery, lots of peppers. I can't even think. Oh, and some thyme and cilantro. These are the 4 bags of the chicken itself. And then these are the bones that will be used to make a secondary broth. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. How do you all use all of your chicken when you're making it? And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.